welcome to Psychedelic Space Kimchi, which we have made on the farm. This is the wonderful Gaz Oakley from Wales. Wonderful YouTuber. Gaz, will you try it?
Well, if it's space kimchi,
and
yes.
this is space kimchi, so this kimchi is suitable to take into space. We just don't have a spaceship to take us there.
I'm building one at the minute, so I'll pick it up on the way from Wales.
You got us covered. So this is...
So like it's using farm veg, it's psychedelic in terms of colour and antioxidant composition, but it's a great way of aging, bringing more flavour, an incredible condiment.
Is that watermelon radish I can see as well?
Yeah,
So we're going to, oh, that's incredible.
So come on, let me show you how to make our psychedelic farm kimchi. Okay, so we got our veg, we're gonna hack them up. We're gonna use the traditional lactic acid fermentation process, the 2% salt solution method. So, first up, we're gonna chop our watermelon radish, our chard, and include that stalk because it's just got such psychedelic colors. Next up, we're gonna chop up our fennel, including the fronds, because that really gives that aniseed punch.
Some people would be put off by some of the terminology in terms of sauerkraut or kimchi or
lactic
acid fermentation.
So I thought that was something to do when I had, achy legs.
Lactic acid?
Oh yeah, you build up a lactic acid. I remember playing rugby.
Exactly. Well,
you put deep heat in everything.
Exactly. That smell was great. I think that when I first got into fermentation, and I, as I said before, I sort of had to do it when I had all this abundance of produce that I grew. I was like, 2% salt, lactic, all this stuff. It was confusing, but all you have to remember is that you're just going to give a great environment for the natural lactic acid or lactic.
The bacteria that's grown on the outside.
Can you say the name of it?
Yeah, lactic acid bacteria. So, well, like it's different. Like as you said, we want to create an oxygen-free environment, so we're going to submerge it underwater. And two, the addition of the 2% salt, it functions like the bouncer.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't let any of the bad lads in, and it just lets the good lads in. So you end up with this, a healthy environment.
And this bacteria is naturally on the skins of fruits and vegetables. So we just need to give that bacteria the opportunity to thrive by adding salt and adding the brine that keeps the oxygen out.
Yeah,
there's a lot of veg.
Okay, this is the last. Okay, there we've enough.
Because you've got 800
we've got about 800 grams. So we're going to struggle to fit that. This is a kilo jar. So obviously, with all fermentation, you want to use a sterilised jar.
Yeah. And keep a big leaf to plug at the top, right?
Yeah. Well, we've got we're inundated with them.
The big bitter green leaf.
It's so hot in here. I need to fan myself today. Whew.
Okay, what have we got there, Gaz?
Nice. You've got 973.
Okay, so 2% salt solution. That literally means we're making this in a weighing scale.
Okay, quick maths. 973 by 0.02. So we're going to add 19.4 grams of sea salt.
Why don't you explain the traditional method? Because it is annoying sometimes. So you would massage that to generate the brine to naturally come out of here, right?
Yeah, that would be in sauerkraut.
Yeah.
In kimchi, they'll often kind of brush it on top of the leaves and leave it, and they'll rinse it, and they'll do it 4 times. So it'll take 2 hours. Whereas this method, if we weren't waffling, we could probably do it in 2 minutes if our knife skills were good enough. But it'll probably take us, 15 minutes. But we're going to make a dressing now, and traditionally it would have been cooked off in a rice porridge, but we're going to make it even easier. So in a food processor or blender, we have 1 onion. We're going to put
Does the onion have to be from your own personal farm?
You need a farm for this recipe.
Yes.
You do need a farm. No, so in goes our onion. Nice chunk of garlic. We go with 5 cloves of garlic. So traditionally in kimchi, a fish sauce is used, and we want to make this plant-based. So we're going to use tamari to bring that umami out. And we're just going to put a bit of seaweed, whatever seaweed. Here we have some arame. You could use dulse, wakame. Just chop it up finely so that your food processing can blend it up. There's a little bit of tamari. You could use soy sauce if you want. I've gone with approximately 4 tablespoons, beautifully measured. We're going to go with 200 ml of water, Mr. Flynn. So with this, traditionally a rice porridge would be made to make it thicker, but we want to make this a little quicker, so I'm just going to put in 2 to 3 tablespoons of rice flour. And then we're going to go with a little bit of liquid sweetener, about a tablespoon, maple syrup. If you don't have that, you could even use sugar. So I'm using a date syrup, and we're just going to squeeze in
It was literally what we had in the press.
Yeah, you give that a good mix. Thanks, Gaz.
Thank you.
The taste of this is amazing.
Smells
It really is really good.
Oh, it's very pungent.
Yeah.
So this is Korean chili powder known as gochugaru. The reason why we didn't blend it is because we want that nice fleck, just that makes the kimchi look kind of reddy, kind of orangey. Traditionally, they'd probably put in half a jar. I didn't grow up with much chili or much spice, so it tends to be quite delicate. So we're just going to fold that in. Okay, time to bring this psychedelic kimchi together.
Space kimchi. Space kimchi.
So we've got to keep
I would eat this like this.
If anyone's got a spaceship out there, maybe we could give you our kimchi to take into space.
Well, Elon Musk maybe.
Elon, if you're watching,
Yeah.
Elon, if you're watching, you can take our kimchi with you. We'll give it to you. So we're literally compressing all the vegetables down so that we really want to make sure that everything is covered completely by the juice, because we want to get rid of all.
And make sure there's no pockets of oxygen hiding in there.
Yeah.
In amongst.
And if any little piece floats to the top, it could create like a layer of yeast on the top, and it can go bad that way. So that's why you put a nice big leaf on top.
So like, look at that dressing. Look at that.
It's really tasty.
There's
It's
texture.
really, really
there's
good.
colors. There's. Okay, so here we go. Time to add in our juice. So as we said, this is lactic acid fermentation, so it needs to be submerged under water to stop oxygen creating yeast or bad bacteria. So here
We're
we go.
gonna add just water, really just covered up as far as. Wow.
So Gaz did such a good version of getting this down the bottom. I want to really just make sure it gets right down the bottom.
It looks amazing. It looks like jungle kimchi.
Yeah, so the reason I muddled it down like that, often I
Look at that, we can
will,
get
I will
more water
mix
in
it first and create a brine in the bowl.
Yeah.
So that's the method to my madness. When you're mixing it separately, it doesn't quite work. So sorry, I messed you
No, but
messed
hey,
you
that's
up there
great.
a little
All
bit.
right.
But yeah, definitely wipe the edge, and then you can get your piece over the top.
Get our this is known as our plug.
So this is a plug. I've literally just taken a chard leaf or any kind of cabbage leaf or big vegetable leaf, and we're literally just going to stuff it in.
We're going to submerge it, and one of the key things with making kimchi is just to date it, just so then you know when look at the colors. It's
beautiful.
It's so pretty. So it's submerged under water. Leave that at room temperature for about 3 to 4 days until it's hit the degree of acidity that you're happy. Isn't that it?
I personally leave it for about a week to 2 weeks.
Yeah, you can be quite negligent with these things.
Yeah.
Like the longer it ferments, the more acidic it becomes. So like taste it every few days, and once it's hit the degree of like acidity and fizz, like, because you will have to burp it every couple of days, and burp it might sound complicated. So you'll hear kind of a fizzing in your kitchen, and you're wondering, is there a stick of dynamite going to explode? And you'll just go up and go, and it'll just kind of go.
And
if
put
you
this
don't,
on a
will it
plate.
explode and go in the ceiling?
Possibly if you left it for a few weeks, but you don't want to do that. So they're just kind of burp it every couple of days.
And sometimes these aren't properly sealed, so you may have to put this on a plate, otherwise you'll have brine going everywhere on your work surface.
Yeah, very good, yeah.
And it does depend on the temperature in your kitchen. In wintertime, this could take 3 weeks or 4 weeks.
Yeah,
or
very good. Yeah,
in
'cause
summertime, 2 days.
The two hidden ingredients for fermentation is always time and temperature.
Yeah, true.
So temperature being room temperature 21 degrees, this will probably be ready in 3 to 5 days.
It's never 21 degrees in your house.
No, I live in a 160-year-old house. It's pretty much like a cave. That's my wife thinks anyway.
Okay. Anyway, top tip, label it. So you know what date you have started this on, because often it takes longer than you think. And you think, oh, I'll definitely remember when I started it, but you typically forget.
And this farm veg kimchi, it's really good for your gut. Like, it really has been found that it's beneficial. It's like a naturally probiotic food. So if you want to learn more about gut health, we're starting our Gut Health Revolution course with Dr. Alan Desmond, November the 6th. It really is an amazing course. We have more than 20,000 people through it. And in this one, there's 5 live masterclasses. So there's an initial kickoff event with Dr. Alan Desmond. We're doing cooking for good health. There's a fermentation class. And then there's Q&As with Dr. Al, and there's a good health cook-along. So it should be really cool. 4 weeks happening right through November, and it's done on our app. So if you're interested, we'll put a link to that down below.
And also, once it reaches that fermentation point and you're happy with it, then it goes in the fridge and it stores for months and months and months.
Even some kimchis
Yeah.
they'll keep for
Years.
years, and the longer they ferment it, more.
But this
deeper.
one is going to space.
Yeah, this is going to space. Remember, Elon, you're taking this to space. This puppy is designed psychedelic space kimchi.
This isn't a puppy, this is kimchi.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Anyway, okay. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed our psychedelic space kimchi. Yeah. This is the wonderful Gaz Oakley. He's phenomenal. He is as kind and gentle a human as you could ever meet. And do check out his YouTube channel. He makes amazing vids.
Yeah, he's got 80 million views, so he's popular. He's
a
really,
big
really
deal.
good if you don't know him. He's a big deal.
You're a big deal, Gaz.
Thanks.
Bye.
I don't know what to say to that.